Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chef's Meal, where we talk about whatever and never and everything else in between. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chef's Meal. My name is Casey.
My name is Sean, and we're two chefs talking about our lives one finished plate at a time.
Now we talk about whatever and ever
and everything in between.
Everything in between, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for another week. Sean, so we had some feedback, which is awesome, on our video on YouTube, and I kind of want to pull it up real quick. Let me go. So it was on our episode when we were talking about our equipment and stuff, and at least this gentleman, he's like, man, even in my restaurant, we don't even have half of that stuff. And I was just like, it just kind of depends for where. But for this one, shout out to Pedro Rivera. Listening to this podcast, I had to jump to the video to comment. He said, this is a crazy kitchen. I only worked in places with about 10 four-tops, like outside in the dining room. So 40 people max, and we didn't have half the stuff. And he mentions he thinks of building out a kitchen this size, either has a restaurant already and upgrading, or they got the money to build it out, or knows a guy who can get this stuff on the cheap. Actually can refer you to some people if you want some discount prices. But restaurants are all going under all the time. But some of the items that he thought that we kind of forgot, and I did kind of mention it, maybe he just kind of just misunderstood, but he said you guys missed the kitchen ticket printer.
Okay.
Like the essentials, like
didn't.
a POS, 3-bay sink, sizzle plates. We did forget though. I forgot.
That's yes.
Yeah, so we can put that back. So sizzle plates are about $1.50 per. You get 100 of those. You can never have enough freaking sizzle plates.
Dude, you could never have enough.
And it just keeps on, it just keeps on going like this.
If I knew that they were that cheap, I would have brought some from home.
They're fairly cheap. I don't know if you knew that, Sean, but they're pretty cheap. They're not too crazy. But other than that, though, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. We are quickly coming upon 6 months since 6 months, yes. I've been out of work. This is the new normal, unfortunately.
The new normal. Yeah, I don't know. It's I've been at work, so it's a little different on my end, but nonetheless, it's pretty much the same. Labor Day is upon us in about a week and a half. That's the 7th.
Yeah,
that's like the last kind of hurrah. But are you doing anything special on Labor Day weekend, Sean?
You know what is weird is like at this point I don't even know. I mean, here in New York, we have the West Indian Day parade normally, but obviously that's not gonna happen. I live in Flatbush, and usually Flatbush turns up for the weekend prior, with a lot of people kind of descending on the area from all over the West Indies and the Americas, just in general, to celebrate. So it'll be interesting to kind of see what the vibe is for that, considering the pandemic. I mean, obviously people won't be traveling from all over the world to come in, but it'll be interesting to see if people represent and celebrate in a similar fashion, socially distanced with their masks on.
There's still a lot of parades going on, it just
go for a little walk and kind of see, but I don't know.
It's a
normally on Labor Day I have to work, so I always miss out, and of course the 1 year that I don't, nothing is going on.
Of course, that's how it always is, right? I was mentioning to one of my colleagues at the job, because there's downtimes in a country club, and I was like, in corporate we're open every day except for at least the restaurant that we work for. Thanksgiving, we were closed Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Every other day we're in there, literally just working. So it's a different atmosphere altogether. I think he says by December, it's like no mas. So we get like a
Yeah.
whole month off. I believe that's what it is. So that's I don't know. That I'll cross that bridge when I get to it.
Yeah. I mean, I would
Um,
imagine no one is showing up, with snow on the ground.
to golf. Yeah, I know. So hey, you never know. It is what it is. Um, we I had a notification in my email, and I wanted to kind of share it to you. So I go to Blink Gym. Shout out to Blink Gym.
Okay.
They said in New Jersey, the
Hmm.
mandate is, I think it was yesterday. Um, the gym should be open September 1st. So that is
Oh
next
wow.
Tuesday. Next Tuesday we should be open. I'm really jonesing to go to the gym because one, the elliptical is like my best friend, and I can tell when I
Hmm.
need to go run more because my knee fills up with liquid. Like I feel it. I feel it now.
Hmm.
That time of the year also where it gets started to get cold, and I get a little, not really pain, but I feel a little uncomfortable on my knees, and that's usually a telltale sign. At least for me, I gotta run so I can get that liquid out of my knees.
Where does the liquid go, Casey?
I don't know, it gets recycled or something of the sort. It's either that or like they like drain it. If you go to like to the doctor, they'll stick a
Gotcha.
needle and do something. But at least I feel better when I run, so
That's good.
I'm really excited for that. I did buy. I don't know if you can see. I think it's behind me. Hold on. I don't want to take it up, but I brought some jumping ropes for the time being.
Oh, cool.
Not just any jumping ropes though, Sean. I bought those. If you can probably the those really big black ropes that you see people do this all the time,
Hmm.
like on a gym, like they're all like performance or whatever. You can buy a jump rope
Right.
version of that. So I bought it, and
How much
it's a
do they
5 pound
weigh?
beast, five
5 pounds?
pounds.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a little harsh, but hey, I want a full body workout. If I can do it standing in one position, just up and down, hey,
Hmm.
let's go for it. So yeah, that is my update for you. Not too crazy. The restaurant is
Where,
we were we were a little busy today, but it was all right.
okay. Any
What were you
big
gonna say?
parties coming up?
I had a party of 20 today, actually.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and the sucky thing about this restaurant, I should say, is when there's parties, um, whenever, or should I say, how do I rephrase it? Whenever they see people congregate, they will all go there, and everybody gets the food rung it all at once. So the 20 top, which is a separate like catered party, we did that
Hmm.
already. But then all the other tickets keep rolling in on top of as we're trying to push these 20 top out. So that's where it gets a little inefficient. Like I should have been home at 8:30 today. I didn't get home till about 9:30, which is annoying. But I only worked 9 hours today, which is nice. No more
Not
12-hour
bad.
shifts. Yeah, no more 12-hour shifts. So shout out to that. Shout out to my knees. Shout out to my feet. I just feel old, Sean. That's what it is. Just like everything else, kind of
It
messed
is
up.
the privilege. That's what we're all striving for, is to feel old and be old.
From the knees down, just
That's
wants to
it.
give way. But however, before we do go over to our stuff, Sean, this is a shameless plug. Today's sponsor is brought to you by none other than our merch store,
Hey,
porkandwine.myshopify.com. Sean, are you looking for some cool new gear, some new
I'm
T-shirts,
always
maybe?
looking for cool new gear and
Or
t-shirts.
how about some stickers? Or how about some ball caps while you're at it? Well, the Shopify
You
store. There
you
we go ahead.
you
The
had me a
top,
stickers.
right here. Got some stickers. Got some hats, and then all of course the ramen inspired T-shirts is what we kind of go for. So shout out to the merch store. If you want to grab one, I'll make sure to drop that in the link. But other than that, Sean, are you ready for some Tech Tuesday?
Yes, I am.
Cute. Okay, let me get the ball rolling. There is one little bit of tech, but we'll do that a little later when we get to it.
Sean Stack Tuesday.
That's a really loud Sean text
Sean Stack Tuesday.
into Sean's Tech Tuesday on a Thursday, ladies and
On
gentlemen.
a
Take it
Thursday, not
away.
a Tuesday, but a Thursday, Tech Tuesday. Alrighty, so this is the year 2020.
Is it though?
Last I
Is it,
checked,
Sean?
which would mark 25 years since the launch of Windows 95.
Oh my god.
It feels so old.
I wasn't even here in the States yet when the Windows 95 came
Okay,
out.
wow. Windows 95 was a market change, man. I remember the first PC that I built, I installed Windows 95. Had computers
Mm-hmm.
before them that had DOS and Windows 3.1 and 3.11, if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
mistaken. But yeah, the first machine that I like put together was with the Windows 95 install. And I know you build computers too, Casey. So let me
Mm-hmm.
tell you some of the system requirements for a PC that could run Windows 95.
Okay.
So you needed 4 megabytes of RAM
Okay. Heard.
and 55 megabytes of hard drive space.
Wow. These
Yeah.
are floppy disks still, correct? Or this is
Like
pre-floppy.
floppies were 1.4 megabytes, if
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
mistaken. But just think, like, right now my PC has 32 gigabytes of RAM and terabytes of hard drive space.
Of hard drive space. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
In fact, like, the Windows 95 was so old that, like, theoretically it couldn't even read anything that had more than like 2 gigabytes of RAM. And like
this is
the original like release like wouldn't boot on a computer that had more than 480 megabytes of memory.
oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
this is the OS, Sean, right here. Does that give you feelings right here?
Oh man, it brings me all the way back, man. That Windows 95 start jingle.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Loading up AOL Instant Messenger on Windows 95.
This is great.
Yes. Modem sounds, all of that. It's a throwback.
It
Throwback.
is a throwback. I dig it.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
don't think I've ever gotten a PC till 2000. That was my first PC.
2000. Okay. So did you I don't know, get in right around like Windows XP or Windows
Mhm.
98?
XP was my first
Okay.
kind of OS that I had to work with. But then at the same time, I bought an Apple. I forget which version, but the first 13-inch laptop that they came out with. You remember with the glass back? It was all white. Not the Pro one. I forget what it was. But I also bought that at the same time when I was going to college. So I had a PC at home and I had the Mac at college. And at one point I was like, because everybody was cool with Apple, like, oh my god, you know, the all white everything. You thought you was in the N Club. There was GarageBand. I was like, man, I can make
Wow.
beats. This is like, you know, this is the start of something. And then I was like, eh. However, that computer's still running. My mother still has that laptop. So shout out to Apple for having crazy good support over the years and making it still run in itself. But that was circa 2002 actually was that laptop. But yeah,
Yeah, I
nothing too
think
crazy
after
on
that
one.
Windows 95 PC moved on to Windows 98, had a short run with Windows Millennium Edition, which
Mhm.
was not so great. And then from there it was like XP and Vista and
Yeah.
7 and all the way to 10 where we are right now.
Mhm.
Moving along in video game news. Hey Casey, you're gonna buy a PS5, right?
I am. I have
Would
that
you
sucker
like
saved.
to know when you can pre-order one?
When can I pre-order one, Sean?
We don't know, but if you head on over to Sony's website, you can sign up for a notice to be notified when you can pre-order a PlayStation
Is that a
5.
thing?
And
Is that for real?
they'll be giving priority to people that already have like PSN accounts.
Ooh. Oh wow, like for real. There you go.
Yeah,
First
for
come,
real.
first serve.
Yeah, no price, no date. But hey, if you want to be in on the end, you head on over to PlayStation.com and drop your PSN in, name and there, your email address, and be one of the first.
In terms of prices though, how much you think this is gonna go, Sean? I say 500.
I am I'm thinking somewhere between 450 and 5 because they got
Yeah,
the 2 units there. So the one with the disk drive is definitely going to be more expensive. I'm
yeah.
not thinking they could charge any more than like $50 more than the one without a disk drive.
Mm,
And then they also have to kind of contend with how much the new Xbox is going to cost. And I assume that
correct.
that one's going to be about $500.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking somewhere 450, 500 is what this thing is going to cost on day one.
I'm okay to wait actually. So I'm not gung ho crazy on buying the system right off the bat. I'm gonna wait till January when this actually goes down a little bit in price. Then I'll go and get one. But I'm not gonna get the one with a disk drive. It's gonna be
All digital.
all digital.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think I'm gonna go that route myself. I mean, at this point, I don't have any physical PS4 games, and I don't really buy Blu-rays. So,
Mm,
yeah, the need for a disk drive, at least in that machine, is pretty low for me. So,
yeah.
if they're gonna offer a slight discount for the other one, that's probably the one I'm gonna go with. And all things considered, I think that's probably the one that most people should go with.
Yeah.
Also, is in terms of video games, Nintendo. There's rumors and reports that Nintendo will be launching a 4K Nintendo Switch
Oh
in
yeah.
the beginning months of next year.
Let's go.
So,
Let's go to the
what I
version.
understand, it's not gonna internally render the games at 4K, um, but the dock will kind of provide some upscaling, and I would assume that there's gonna be some better battery life for the portable model.
Mm-hmm.
And as someone who just got a Switch, I'm just like, wow, thanks, Nintendo.
But do you really think the 4K is gonna matter though? I
um,
don't. I mean, yes and no,
yes
but
and no. I mean, if if you have a 4K TV, sure, it's like you're gonna get a better picture quality because your television's not gonna have to do the upscaling on its hardware. It's gonna be
mm,
fed a 4K signal, and that's gonna be better. Um, better
uh,
in quotations. I mean, I don't
I
think
get
it's gonna
you.
be enough for me to switch. For a better lack of a word there. But
Yeah,
good for people who are gonna be new to the platform.
that is true. That is
Mhm.
true. I don't mind it. I'm okay with it.
Moving along again, LG has made an air purifier for your face. Need to go and find that one, man.
No, you're not.
So
Purifier mask.
yes, yes, a purifier mask. So it's called the PuriCare wearable air purifier, and it has a pair of three-speed
Excuse me.
fans and a pair of HEPA style filters. That's similar to the household air purifiers that LG makes.
I'm
It
down for it
comes
if it
with
makes you
a
breathe easier.
820 milliamp battery that's supposed to run for 8 hours on a single charge,
Wow.
and the systems inside are designed so that breathing is supposed to remain effortless despite wearing this thing on your face.
Mm, I'm
I think
down.
we've come, we've met the Apple Watch of face masks. Like, this is how you're gonna know who's balling if you see
This is
them
it.
with the LG air purifier on their face.
Do we have a price though? I'm trying to look for a price point
They
here.
haven't set a price. They kind of like, drop this ahead of this press conference that they have called the IFA that's going to be in
Mm,
September. So I'm sure we're going to hear pricing at that point. But I assume this thing is going to be pretty pricey.
I'd get one. I ain't crazy. If you
Yeah, I
got
mean
like,
it's interesting. I will be interested to see when the copycats and clones, arrive on the market shortly thereafter.
yeah, and I'll drive that price even way down. So I'm all for it. I'm down. It's already
Yeah.
it's really ridiculous to wear a mask while you're cooking in the back. So
Hmm.
to kind of give you perspective, if you're never used to 120-degree heat ambient on the line, and then you slap on something on your face with carbon constantly going around you, because you're at the grill or you're by a saute, it gets a little it's it'll become a little different on your body at first hand, but obviously you'll get used to it. But anything that make that a little better, which is AKA like a filter system with like a fan that makes you breathe a little easier,
Hmm.
I'm okay. I'm down for that.
Yeah, and that's gonna wrap up my Tech Tuesday
Okay. Sean,
on Thursday.
I wanna show you a video. This
All
came out
right.
about a few weeks ago. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. And I'm talking about the Nike commercial. And I say this because I'm also a videographer, and this tickles the fancy to like how I like to edit. But as have you seen this commercial? Let's just get that out of the way.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely have.
So just the premise of the commercial, they take two footages. It's a simple edit actually. Two footage side by side like this, and whoever made this
Hmm.
painstakingly took so much time to make sure all the assets line up.
Like line up perfectly.
And that just is so tedious. But that is it. This is it. This is all the commercials be. But let's go ahead and play it just so we can kind
So
of.
do you
We're
think
never
that they're
alone.
doing it like key frame
And
by
that
frame,
is
or
our
are they doing
strength.
some sort of like
Because when we're
algorithmic
gathered,
programming
we'll
that's
play as one.
kind of compensating?
Oh no, this is a key frame thing. So good thing that whoever, because like no matter who the production is, there is a certain way to capture these kind of moments. It's almost
Hmm.
similar to who everybody else has kind of shot it. So all they have to do is get matching shots
Okay.
and just kind of just put it together enough so it lines up. But
'Cause even
the
that
most
shot right there, it's like,
When we
you have
come
the
back,
divers about to go
we'll
in the
go
pool as
forward.
well as the guys on the track about to leave the blocks. Like, it's pretty amazing.
I just want to show you this one where we have a lady here doing a tumble, and then Simone Biles on the other side. This will get a little tricky because, oh snap, you would actually have
Go
to
far
go frame by frame and move them about so they kind of line up as it goes.
Hmm.
and harder.
So it's
If
pretty
we're not
standard
taken
actually. If you just
serious,
look at it, you can definitely put these all together. But it was so well done. And at the end, obviously the big hurrah, and I cried a little bit. I was like, damn it, why can't I make something this good? I was like, man, I was so inspired. I was so inspired. But that's the whole journey about it. So shout out to Nike. Shout out to the commercials. Also the Mamba commercial that came out like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was tearing up, man. I was just like, wow, Nike just getting the home runs. All right, let's keep on going. Sean, are we ready for some food news? If you don't mind.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's do it.
All right, so check this out. I have a couple, right? First of all, I do want to do the food things first, and then we'll go back to my other little thoughts. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
welcome to the best food news in the world, given to you by Sean and myself. When I say in the world, these are just kind of what's happening here in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. These Labor Day foods deals will help you celebrate one of the last weekends of the summer. Del Taco. This is more like I
Yeah,
think the
West Coast.
California thing. Jimmy John's is like a burger joint. They give you 20%. Martha Stewart Wine Company. This is like the third that we've seen this. They're giving 30% off site. Wine Insiders also on Insight. Capital Grill is giving what is this? Oh, they give you 4 steaks at a discounted price. Hey, that's pretty cool. Eddie V's also in the same company as Darden with the Capital Grill. They're giving some prime bone and ribeye, etc., etc. Macaroni Grill. These are like literally the same companies. Kona Grill, Boston Market, Go Puff, Sullivan's, Seasons 52, Olive Garden. Any of these restaurants have a great deal right now before the last quarter per se in our business. So make sure you check them out. I'm actually gonna link this down below so you guys can see all of the goodness. But let's move on. Special case new caramel latte pastry bars have as much caffeine in them as a half a cup of coffee. Now, Sean, I know you don't drink caffeine, but if you
No.
were, what kind of caffeine would you partake in?
I guess I mean it would just be chocolate. Like give me some Yeah, give me
Yeah.
some cat. Yeah.
This is a Kellogg's brand, so like a caramel latte, literally with the caffeine also in it. That's
I think I might try it though.
71 milligrams of caffeine in this. That's like a good cup, a good cup of coffee. Hey, I'm down for that. I can't really do caffeine too much, but if I were, I definitely would. The Cheesecake Factory announces 2 fall cheesecakes, and they're a pumpkin lover's dream now. Like I said, Dunkin' Donuts released it last week. You
Hmm.
can get pumpkin everything right now. You can pumpkin
That's
spice
it. I sent
lattes
you the picture the other day of the pumpkin
hmm
spice Cheerios.
happening. It's not even September yet, but there we go. This is just how the tides go in our business. Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks kind of owns this kind of season per se. So when they release this stuff, everybody needs to be on the same board because if you release it a little too late and you're still serving pumpkin by like November, they're gonna be like everybody's gonna be all pumpkined out and they're like, nah, we're good. You know, we get a lot of Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts, but our good buddies at the Cheesecake Factory, Sean, how do you feel about pumpkin cheesecakes?
Yeah, I'm generally with it. Again, give me I prefer a sweet potato pie any day
Mm.
over pumpkin, but it'll do the job when you can't get that.
You can pick up both of these offerings starting next week on September 1st, which is still before Labor Day. So if there is a Cheesecake Factory by you, make sure you check them out and ask for the pumpkin cheesecakes. Let's keep on going. This Twix flavored spread is going to become a staple in in your pantry. Not only Nutella, Sean, Milky Way, Twix, and Bounty, the coconut. These will become spreads. I am so excited.
Hmm.
How do you feel about this?
Hmm. I am with it. I've never encountered a bounty though, but
It's
I'm
the
with it. I'm with it.
was it the is that that chocolate covered coconut thing? Remember the candy bar? What is it called?
Ma- Mounds?
Yeah, the
No.
almond mounds. It's kind of the same thing. It's just the coconut version.
Mm.
It's a spreadable kind of thing. I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm down for it, man. Anything coconut, hey, we're there. This very unhinged Dunkin' sign is going viral on TikTok. I don't know if you've seen this, Sean. Dunkin' Donuts came out with a sign. I forget exactly where, but check this out. Uh-oh, spicy pumpkin, ha ha ha, pumpkin tasty. This became such a meme on a TikTok, and you kind of go and people take this just to like end on end. They get like little skits on how this is pronounced. They make like songs out of this. It just became such a thing overnight. I don't know why, but if you were to look at this, what would you say?
Uh-oh, spicy pumpkin. Pumpkin tasty.
Exactly. Can we watch this? Hold on, let's see. Let's see if I go.
Oh, spicy pumpkin. Pumpkin tasty.
Perfect.
Yeah, just like that, Sean. Just like that. That
That
became
man
a
has been
thing.
his whole life.
That became a whole thing, and it just people kept. You kind of. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's go. Let's keep going. This chocolate pumpkin creme frappuccino is the next Starbucks creation to obsess over. Why does Starbucks just make their drinks so complicated? Why, Sean?
They gotta
Can you give me
justify the
an
cost,
insight?
man.
Can you give me an insight to why?
They gotta justify the cost.
How much is this? How much would this cost usually?
$15.
Created the frap that only makes 2 slight adjustments to an existing Starbucks order. According to those who feel guilty about giving a lengthy order, need not fret. All you have to do is order a grande pumpkin creme frappuccino. Like even that's a mouthful. Like I don't understand, but it comes out like that. And if it tastes as good as it looks, you can't beat it. Keep on going. 49 fall flavored things you can eat right now. Like I said, fall everything is happening. Just pumpkin will be all over the place. Kellogg's also in the same brand. Khalifa. This is we get this from like oh where the heck is Trader Joe's. carries these.
Okay.
They're amazing. The Kind bars also, you can find them everywhere. But this gelato is so good. Hot apple cider. Let's just keep going. Sparkling pumpkin spice. Some Grant's pumpkin spice rolls. Like I said, it would just be a slew of pumpkin inspired flavors. But you know, my boy Aldi, PB&J buys are such easy snack, and customers are totally obsessed. Sean, PB&J, yay and nay.
Of course, yay. Of course, man. Like I am looking forward to giving baby Brooke a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and trimming the edges and toasting the bread or however she prefers, to have it.
Okay, so the second question would be, what kind of jelly? When I first met my wife,
it's grape. It's grape jelly,
has to be
and
grape,
then
right?
we can start talking jams and marmalades. But jelly is grape.
Kaylin said it has to be the strawberry jam. That's PB&J, and I'm like, yes, but
Oh,
I grew up with
I
jelly,
will
so
accept it, but this just grape jelly.
grape jelly or bust. That's how I see it. All right.
Yeah.
One more before we go to the other brunt of the thing. Wendy's mocked McDonald's new spicy chicken nuggets in a tweet as harsh. Sean, if you were Wendy's, whoever's doing Wendy's Twitter account, bravo. Whoever you are, and
So
whoever
you're saying Wendy's is a real follow? Like I need to get on that.
they're just straight up burning everybody. Like for some reason, the management don't care. They just let it go because it becomes such a meme, and it drives traffic to the business. So in a way, it becomes like, it's okay. So here's a tweet. I just want to see. I see that McDonald's is coming out with spicy nuggets. What are your feelings? And then the response was, must have scrapped up all of Burger King's leftovers and slapped a McPrice tag on it.
Wow. Shots fired.
That's
Even
harsh.
BK's catching strays. Like yikes.
That's harsh, bro. So shout out
Yikes.
to the corporation making sure that just kind of whoever is doing the tweets, thank you. I appreciate you. I applaud your pettiness.
I was gonna say it's that specially crafted snark that only a giant fast food consortium can give you.
But is it I don't know. Would you do that to your fellow business?
Man, if I was a
colleagues?
social media manager for the Wendy's, hell yeah, I would. Everyone would be catching it. Everyone. They wouldn't
Okay.
even know.
I do want to touch up one last thing at the tail end of our stream. Sean, I want to talk some prices. So when I say prices,
Okay.
in the same likeness that Pedro gave us a comment, not a lot of people actually know the prices of food that comes to our doors, nor do they understand why we're still charging. Let's say, like if you go to supermarket, burgers, you can get them pattied up. They're like $8 for 10 pieces. Technically, like almost, it's like 80 cents to per patty, right? In a restaurant, technically, it's almost the same price, but you're not accounting for labor, any of the other extras that you're putting into it, the
And
skill
quality.
that takes, and quality. So it's a slew of things, but I just want to give the perspective of how much it actually costs. So I'm pretty sure you still remember some of the prices that we have at a restaurant. This is just produce, so we're gonna go for produce, and then correct me. I'll just rifle off these, so you can. It depends where you are. That's what I'm gonna say, right? Generally, for Sean and I, we are in the Northeast, right here. So that covers Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware. This is what's in season to us. So right now, fall season's coming up. Well, in terms of fall season, what can you think of, Sean, that should be in our restaurant this time of year? And feel free to look at the discount.
Butternut squash for sure.
They don't even have it here. Butternut squash
Really?
actually,
Wow.
yeah, because it's not native to us, Northeast. So butternut squash would typically be most prominent in our restaurant right now. We would have a butternut squash as a side, and we'll probably work it into an entree. But for the Northeast, and I'll make sure to log this, or you can go on any website actually, and they'll tell you what's in season where you are. But typically here where us, apples, beets, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. This is another one that's pretty huge.
Right.
Shards, if you want. Eggplants, collards, fennel. This is a pretty good one too. Kale is the most proficient during this time of year, and it's quite delicious. Leeks, parsnips, pears, peas, peppers, radishes, and pumpkins, obviously.
I think it's your
Where we
squash
are.
though then.
But the squash is there. It's like a generalized squash. So it just depends. Sweet potato, turnips. Now you will notice though, as we kind of switch to another season, some of them are repeating because most of the produce actually will go through. But Sean, if you can remember, how much were apples
Dude,
for a half case?
Man, you.
I have a
Wow.
really good memory. It's okay.
Yeah, it's been six months and even longer since like we even had to process that.
$22 for a half case, which is like 50 pieces. Broccoli, averaging, technically, depending per season, but right now it's prime time. Usually these would be $42, but since it's in season, these will be $36 a case. And a case is a half bushel, which is roughly 30 pounds about of broccoli is what we get. Brussels sprouts, we get about a pound, usually 10 pounds or 20 pounds is the pack size that we go for. But these run from $10 to $15. Cauliflower, we use that quite a bit too, per head. So by the each, these are $3 a piece. It just depends. Sometimes they'll fluctuate midweek, but around $3 to $4 is what you kind of want to go with. What else do we have in our restaurant? Squash, the butternut squash. So we get them pre-peeled already, because one, it's cost effective. Two, the labor, we don't have to do it. And three, most of the times our cooks don't know, or they can't keep the same consistency. So it's just better to kind of have them pre-cut it for us. But these will run you $42 for a 20-pound bag that's already pre-cut, and that's amazing all in itself. And then we sell the sides, obviously. Sweet potatoes also in the same likeness, and then potatoes, we get them in 50-pound bags. They cost generally it's almost like $1 a pound, but they're about $60 per bags of potatoes. But let's keep on going. Let's go to the winter season for this one. And like I said, some of them repeat, but typically winter season, a lot more of the heartier stuff. So more of the potatoes are more pronounced. The squash, turnips, literally anything in the ground. These shine.
Shout out to those roasted root veggies for the winter.
Exactly. Root vegetables are prime time during the winter. Brussels sprouts also, but beets. If you're a big lover of beets, this is the time where it just becomes amazing. I think one of our recipes had carrots, parsnips, turnips.
Carrots, parsnips,
or was it
potatoes?
Was it celeriac? Was it celery root? Right, it was celeriac that we used.
Yeah, we used celery root one time.
But that's like the typical marrow pot that we would use in our restaurant. Fennels we would use for salads this time of year. Fennels, you can get them by the bulb, generally $8 to $10 per half bag, which is like 10 pounds of it. Carrots usually by like 50-pound bags also, but they're generally cheap. They're like $20 for such a big amount. Parsnips, you can get 30-pound bags, around the same price, about $20. And then turnips you can get by the each, or by 10 or 20 pounds, and they're all cheap since they're in season. Let's keep on going. Let's go to spring now. We're still Northeast specific. This is where you'll start seeing like a lot more of
Arugulas.
the
That's
arugulas, the berries, the rhubarbs. Um, in our restaurant, we don't use too much of the arugula, only for salads, but I know a lot of other restaurants will use it generally for everything else. But rhubarb, typically, you would order during this time of year because it just
and then you'd have your strawberry desserts and shortcakes and the like.
it's just so good during this time of year. But generally, that will run. Like I said, all the prices are subject to the season. Strawberries by the pint cost $3 to $4 in season, $6 to $8 when not in season. So you can just tell, when it fluctuates. You can also, what I meant to tell was, you can get any type of produce at any time of the year because we have world trading. So it generally doesn't matter. So we can definitely outsource it, get it from somewhere else. However, obviously we want to use the things that are, here in America by us,
Right.
specifically where we live. So that's what we kind of pinpoint. So strawberries, rhubarb, where we are, and then finally again to the summer, a lot more of the citruses, any of the berries like the cherries, blueberries, blackberries. This time of year for them. Cantaloupes, also corn, predominantly this time of year. But literally, like if you can see, all of the veggies just became live during the summer. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give a perspective why your food costs so much. One, because it's like a two-part process. We get it from the farmers, so it's their cost, right, that we're paying. Second, it comes to our restaurant either prepared or raw, so there's either a premium to get it pre-prepared, meaning pre-sliced. That way our cost doesn't go so much. We're paying somebody else to do it. But three, the actual preparation and the quality that we prepare in our restaurant is what jacks up the price. So let's say you want to make, Sean, run by me a Caesar salad.
All right, so you have your romaine lettuce, your pecorino romano cheese, some sourced bread for your fresh croutons, cheese for that, salt and pepper, and you're either going to be making your sauce, your dressing from scratch, or having it come in pre-prepared to some spec from some distributor.
Okay, so let's go to ShopRite, and just kind of, let me see if I can get to ShopRite, because I wanna compare some prices, right? That's generally what it is. So we said romaine lettuce. Let's go loud. Back. Let me put it into the main screen. So let's search for. Can we? Ah, damn it! Look, I'm just gonna pick one. That one. Sure.
Just Edison, boom.
Play. You just cool. Let's sign in too, because I do have a ShopRite account. All right, let's go for romaine lettuce. $2.69. Okay. Let's make a new tab. So for $2.69, and then what else did we say? Romano cheese.
We need Romano cheese, a pecorino.
What would you get if you were there? This one maybe?
Yeah, I mean we're gonna assume that is the better quality.
Salt and pepper are given. That you already have that at the house.
Salt and pepper is a given that we have that. We're gonna need some sort of roll bread. So let's go with.
Let's even go even cheaper. Let's go the pre-season.
You're just gonna go. Okay, all right.
Let's go with it. Rothbury Farm, sure. $1.69, and then what? Caesar dressing. Right, typically.
Yeah.
Go Caesar dressing. Oh my God, on sale.
A whole 99 cents.
Okay, let's not go for that one. Let's go for something. Okay, there you go. Some wishbone. How about that? That's pretty.
All right, we'll go with wishbone.
Now let's go apples to apples. Okay. Andy Boy romaine hearts. We also get the same
same ones.
The same ones in the restaurant. This is $2.69 for 3 count. our romaine hearts would cost us $30 for a pack of 15. So 15 bags of 3.
So
That's how
yeah,
much
so
that
$2 for
Two
us.
bucks. $2 for us. In terms of Pecorino Romano, this is $6.99 for 8 ounces. In our restaurant, we would get a 35-pound block of cheese that we would process and grate, and that costs $140 per wheel. Now, granted, we're not using all $140, but still, there's a
Sure.
process to it. There's equipment that needs to be used so we can get that to a finer dust, etc., etc. There's people, there's labor that gets into that. So that's $144. The croutons, $1.49. We make our own in-house. So our bread that we buy, which is about $20 per case, we take a
Per
bag
case,
of that.
yeah.
Let's say, I don't know, $4 for 20 rolls that we'll cut up. Labor should take, I don't know, 20 minutes of their time.
Give or take, yeah, that's about right.
If Sylvie was doing it, maybe 15 minutes because she's stupid fast.
Yeah.
We would season it with our seasoning, our oil, toss it all together into the sheet tray, into the oven because we make it ourselves, right?
Right.
In labor alone, that's not even amount to the same $1.49 just for the crouton preparation. And then
Right.
top it off, this is a 15-ounce bottle of Caesar dressing, which is $2. We make our in-house spec recipe of Caesar dressing. That takes knowledge, that takes skill, that takes finesse. That's a whole different slew of things. And to top it off, that gets served into a bowl, right? Presented nicely, given to you as cold as possible so you can enjoy it.
Right.
And then you're paying for an experience also while you're dining in our restaurant. So all in
That's it.
total, our Caesar, our dinner Caesar, is it just dinner? Yeah. Our Caesar salad, the dinner portion, which is, was it 5 ounces? Yeah, 5 ounces. With all the fixings will cost you $18. That's what you're paying for. So the $18, now granted, this can actually feed you, was it $2.69? All right, so 3, 10, 12. So for $14, for almost the same amount of price, you can have multiple of the
Caesar salad experiences.
if you wanted to buy your own in your own home, no experience. That's just you.
Right.
With
But you would
some
have
of
had
the
to take the
products-
time to go to the store and secure all that stuff and drive it back and then store it and then turn around and produce your salads yourself. And
but it's still not the same as if you were to go to a restaurant where you can get food in less than 10 minutes. It's a salad. It should take even 2 minutes if it's just literally a salad. And the experience of sitting down, enjoying your company of everybody else,
Right.
and then just that whole thing costs something, and then to feed your employees all at the same time. So generally, and I'll end with this: whatever cost we make, let's say it costs us $5 to make that salad. For us to make profit, we need to charge 100% of it, so that will shoot it to $10, and then you do an extra 20 to 30% depending on how much labor and processes that you do. So now we're either at $12 or $14, and then if you're paying for like a premium spot, that all goes into account for it. So that's generally how we would price our items, but you want to stay between 20 or 30% cost of goods. That way you make a profit. That way everybody in your building who is working, and to keep the lights on in the physical building,
right. And that plate
to be
clean.
plate clean. So there's a whole lot of logistics. That's why your food costs so much. But also, again, it's for convenience. It comes out in timely fashion. You don't got to worry about it. Nobody cleans your plate. We clean it, right? All you do is show up, pay for food, bounce. Have a good day. Sayonara. See you next week. So that's kind of short form of it. I think that was pretty succinct though, Sean. Right? That wasn't too.
Yeah. It's
That
a
wasn't too
very
intense
real
of a-
world example of, something that most people would and could produce in their homes, and something that they probably would also buy at a restaurant.
I used to say when I was younger, I was like, I could make this literally for cents to the pennies compared to what a restaurant is, but it's not the same. I always felt like it wasn't the same quality because yes, we're not buying the same products. Usually in a restaurant, we would get premiums.
Right.
That way, because you definitely tell the experience is a little better and the quality of the food is better in restaurants, or maybe not. It just depends the restaurant. I'm not trying to, slam another restaurant down, but I know for the country club that I work in right now, premium steaks are like this. Like, yeah, it's cool. Just cook like 3 more. And I'm like, that's like $80 right there. What is going on? Y'all just throwing it's like, yeah, you want to taste it? I'm like, no, I don't. Like, like it makes me feel bad, but that's how it is at that part. But nothing too crazy. Like I said, between Sean and myself, that's how we kind of go about our business. However, at the end of the night, though, you can check out all our goodness at Chef Salty Pork on YouTube. You can hit up Sean on MetroCard X on Twitter. Make sure you hit him up. He actually does reply. And any questions, any concerns, any comments, AskChefSalty@gmail.com. Sean, you want to give him a final word of the day, a phrase per se, to kind of get him over the Labor Day week? Because it's next week technically.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
not really
is-
next week, but
Yeah, it's upon us. I mean, you think like Labor Day is about respecting the work that's put into building this great country of ours, and all the sacrifice that it's taken to get us to where we are. I guess as someone who is currently out of work, I've never appreciated it more now than ever. So I guess, if you're in a similar position or have ever been in a similar position, take the time to realize that, labor's a real thing. It's good. It feels good to contribute. And, nothing that you were able to do was done without the contribution of others. So Labor Day, that's what I got for you.
I think we should petition for Labor Day for everyone that's working that day should get a bump in their pay. I think that would just take care of everybody else that's kind of chilling, because it's almost unfair because a lot of people are not working that day, and they just kind of have a day off. But us in a restaurant, we're there. This is like
You're there.
that doesn't even consider a holiday.
So this is
That's
the
just like
the first Labor Day I've had off, or will potentially have off, in feels like a decade, easy.
So looking at the calendar right now, Labor Day is September 7th, Rosh Hashanah is September 19th, Autumn Equinox September 27th. That's when we kind of go about, and then Columbus Day is the bigger one that's coming in October. Okay, so that's the next kind of holiday season that's kind of pushing in. But literally as soon as October hits, Halloween. Well, I mean, as soon as Labor Day is done, I can guarantee you Halloween decor will be up and going.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you
Just-
will be swimming in candy corn.
True fact. But not too crazy though. From Sean and myself, be safe. Wear a mask, please. Just
That's
do
it,
everybody a
please.
favor.
Please. And if
Okay.
you're balling, save up for one of them LG face purifiers.
There you go. Other than that though, from us.
Peace out, internet.